Welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. It's me, Niall, here giving a quick review of what we've just seen from Birmingham, England, as Francisco Rodriguez has produced a relentless, dominating performance against the hometown hero GALAL YAFAI to hand YAFAI the first defeat of his career by way of a unanimous decision in an absolute slugfest, relentless performance, brilliant performance from the Mexican. And now he's likely going to fight for a world title next and a well-earned world title shot next. But yeah, before we jump into things, please don't forget, if you're not doing so already, first of all, drop a like on the video. Secondly, subscribe to our YouTube channel at ASBR Boxing, always great content on a regular basis, and follow us on all social media. So yeah, let's jump into the review of that one. Francisco Rodriguez, seen as a tough test coming into this for GALAL YAFAI, a veteran, really heavy-handed Mexican veteran has shared the ring with some outstanding fighters and went the distance. The likes of Junta Nakatani, Kazuto Ioka, Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez. You know, this 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 fella is a serious fighter, and he proved it. He proved it against an outstanding fighter in GALAL YAFAI, and he set a stall out early here. The aggression front foot got right on your fight's chest, setting such a high volume of punches, relentless pace. And the first round, to be honest with you, is where he'd kind of start as he meant to go on, where he landed a big uppercut that really hurt GALAL YAFAI by the looks of it, you know, clipped him, really wobbled the legs. But GALAL YAFAI managed to stay up, and it was fought in that phone booth fight all night. We know that GALAL YAFAI likes to be aggressive, but I think what a lot of people who tipped YAFAI thought it'd come down to was more versatility in his footwork, better boxing IQ, faster hand speed. But he never got a chance to do it. Such a pace was set by Rodriguez, and he wouldn't let up. Some people might say YAFAI fought the wrong fight from the start, but I don't think he was allowed to fight any other way. Rodriguez just got up on his chest, bullied him, outproed him. A couple of bad cuts opened up early for both men around the eyes. Gruesome cuts for both. And you seen even, up close in the pocket, Rodriguez, he'd let his hands go, he'd stick the head in, he'd try to paw at that cut, he'd get his head in at it, you know, dirty tactics, but as I say, all is fair in love and war. You proud him. Credit to him. No complaints from YAFAI, and absolute hats off to GALAL YAFAI in that one. The toughness that he showed there and the chin that he showed to only get knocked down once in the last round. He got knocked down, got straight back up, but the shots that he ate of such a big puncher count like a thousand, over a thousand punches, I'd imagine, in that one, landing flush. You know, a lot of them landing flush on the chin of YAFAI. As I say, Rodriguez is a big puncher, and YAFAI managed to stay standing. I don't know how, and he managed to stay in the pocket. Didn't look to just survive, stood in the pocket, and tried to give as good as he got, and took huge bombs and didn't go down. So GALAL YAFAI has answered an absolute lot about himself tonight, even in a wide defeat. He had a relentless bullying Mexican in there with him with heavy hands, and he stood there and he refused to be broken. He refused to have his spirit broken, and he refused to wilt under pressure that a lot of fighters would have wilted under. So GALAL YAFAI has impressed me tonight, even in defeat. He's massively impressed me, so credit to him. But yeah, Rodriguez just did not let up. Frightening, scary pace from the first round to the last round. That last round even thrown such a high volume of punches. I don't know how he done it, to be quite honest with you. It was an incredible performance. As I say, with a bad cut of his own, that cut in his eyelid, horrendous. Thought it'd be stopped actually. I think it was around the ninth round that both men had their cuts checked. And yeah, I thought it might be it. For Rodriguez, would have been a shame, but he managed to see it out and get it done by a well-deserved unanimous decision victory to hand GALAL YAFAI the first defeat of his career. And of course, now what's next? You know, that was an interim WBC title fight. So Rodriguez is now the mandatory challenger for Kenshiro Taraji, the amazing boy, the WBC flyweight champion, the former light flyweight champion of the world, phenomenal fighter, and it looks like that fight is going to be next, and that'll be a fascinating fight. You know, it really would. Kenshiro Taraji, a pound for pound talent, pound for pound top 10. You know, blistering speed, incredible footwork, arguably some of the best footwork in boxing, arguably the best use of the best kind of use of angles in boxing from Kenshiro Taraji, and can punch himself. But you know, to withstand that pressure from Rodriguez and that durability and that volume is going to take an incredible effort from Kenshiro Taraji, and it's going to be an incredible fight. If Rodriguez can set that pace on him early, get on top of him, get on his chest, you know, bully him, use his strength, use his power, he could give Kenshiro Taraji all he can handle. Absolutely could. He's an incredible fighter. He's a relentless fighter. He's a bully. And I hope that's next. It should be next. I'd imagine it'd be over in Japan. So Rodriguez will be on the road again to Japan, but that won't phase him. That really won't phase him. So yeah, wait for that cut to heal probably the end of the year or early next year, such as the severity of the cut. But it's gonna happen next. World title fight it looks like, and credit to him, he deserves it. But as for GALAL YAFAI, it's going to be an interesting one now to see where he goes from here. Of course, time is not really on his side. 32 years old now, of course, turning over to the pro game quite late from the stellar amateur career. You know, he hasn't lost to kind of a low level fighter there. You know, he's lost to a world class fighter. He's lost to a fringe world class fighter who's been the distance with some of the greats. So yeah, there's no shame in that, especially with the performance that he put in and the durability that he showed. So can he rebuild and go on to fight for a world title? Who knows? At his age, if he kind of goes back to fight the winner of that Kenshiro Taraji and Rodriguez fight, if he moves up the silver flyweight, or if that fight has taken too much out of him now at this stage. But whatever happens, he's an incredible fighter, and he should be ult incredibly proud of his effort tonight and his durability. But yeah, credit to the winner as well. That was just my review for an amazing performance from Francisco Rodriguez, coming to enemy territory as an underdog and dominating the unbeaten amateur superstar GALAL YAFAI from first minute to last, really dominating him, bullying him, just wouldn't let up, wouldn't give him a breather. And he's rightly won a unanimous decision, a wide unanimous decision to leave himself on the verge of a big fight again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and hats off to both men. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. What did you make of that performance? Did you tip Rodriguez beforehand? Were you very surprised at that performance? And what's next for GALAL YAFAI? Is it the end, or is it a bit too soon to say that? Let us know what you think in the comments. As I said at the start of the video, if you're not doing so already, first of all, drop a like on this video. We'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel at ESBR Boxing. Plenty of consistent, great content on a regular basis. And yeah, follow us on all social media. Until next time, take care.